Ever found yourself stuck between two choices, enveloped by the chaos of indecision? We've all been there, haven't we? The weight of a decision pressing down on us, the fear of making the wrong choice, the stress and anxiety bubbling up. It's chaos, pure and simple. Choices, big or small, can create an internal turmoil that leaves us feeling paralyzed. The problem with decision-making is that it's often fueled by our emotions, our fears, our desires. We might toss a coin, ask a friend, or even consult the stars to make our choices, but are these methods really effective? Well, they might bring temporary relief, but they don't necessarily lead to the best outcomes. Why? Because they're essentially random. They don't take into account the complexity and uniqueness of our situations. They're shortcuts, and shortcuts often lead to detours in the long run. So what's the alternative? How can we navigate the chaos of decision-making with a clear mind and a confident heart? The answer might lie in an ancient philosophy that has stood the test of time. A philosophy that encourages us to step back, observe our thoughts, and make decisions based on reason and virtue. It's called Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what's within our control and let go of what's not. It helps us understand that our reactions to events are more important than the events themselves. It encourages us to strive for wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation in all our decisions. It's not about suppressing our emotions, but rather understanding them, questioning them, and ultimately guiding them towards virtuous action. Now imagine a world where decision-making is not a source of stress, but a path to wisdom and clarity. A world where you're not tossed about by the whims of chance, but guided by the steady compass of virtue. A world where you're not paralyzed by fear, but empowered by wisdom. Welcome to Stoicism. Welcome to a journey from chaos to clarity. So are you ready to step onto this path? Are you ready to transform your decision-making process and in turn, your life? Let's delve deeper into the world of Stoic wisdom. Let's turn the chaos of decision-making into a path to wisdom and clarity. But what exactly is Stoicism, you may wonder? Originating in ancient Greece, Stoicism is a school of philosophy that teaches us how to lead a virtuous life. Its teachings stress the importance of understanding the natural order of the world, accepting things as they are, and focusing on what we can control. Stoicism was founded by Zeno of Citium, who taught that happiness could be achieved through understanding and accepting our place within the universe, and by focusing our efforts on our own actions and attitudes, rather than on external circumstances. Stoics believe that we should strive to maintain equanimity in the face of life's ups and downs, and that we should let reason, not emotion, guide our decisions. This philosophy has stood the test of time and continues to be relevant in today's fast-paced, chaotic world. Stoicism is not just a philosophical theory, but a practical guide to living a good life. Let's delve deeper into how it can help us make better decisions. So, how can Stoicism help us navigate the chaos of decision-making? In the heart of Stoic philosophy, we find three key principles that can guide us towards clarity in our decision-making process: focusing on what's within our control, accepting what's not, and striving for virtue. Let's start with the first principle: focusing on what's in our control. Imagine you're deciding whether to apply for a new job. While you control the quality of your application and how well you prepare for the interview, you can't control the hiring manager's decision. A Stoic would focus on crafting the best application and preparing diligently, rather than worrying about the outcome. Moving on to the second principle: accepting what's not in our control. Let's say you're planning an outdoor event. You've chosen the perfect venue, arranged for delicious catering, and invited all your friends. But you can't control the weather. If it rains on the day, a Stoic would accept this with grace, knowing that they've done all they could. Lastly, the third principle: striving for virtue. Suppose you're faced with a moral dilemma, whether to tell a hard truth or keep a damaging secret. A Stoic would choose to be honest, as virtue, in this case honesty, is seen as the highest good. These principles, while simple, can have profound impacts on our decision-making process. They help us separate what we can and can't control, and encourage us to act in alignment with our values. They teach us to accept the outcomes of our decisions with grace, knowing that we've done our best. Practicing Stoic decision-making doesn't mean we'll always make the right choice, but it does mean we'll make decisions that are thoughtful, informed, and in line with our values. And when things don't go as planned, we'll be better equipped to handle the disappointment, knowing that we've done all we could. The beauty of Stoic decision-making lies in its simplicity and practicality. It's about making choices that align with our values and accepting the outcomes with grace. Now that we understand the Stoic approach to decision-making, how can we apply it to our everyday lives? Let's begin by acknowledging that the world is in constant flux, and we face countless decisions every day. Some decisions may seem trivial, like choosing what to have for breakfast, while others may have profound implications, like deciding on a career path. But regardless of the magnitude, Stoic wisdom can guide us. Incorporating Stoic wisdom into your daily decision-making process involves three key principles: mindfulness, acceptance, and virtue. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment. When you're faced with a decision, take a moment to step back and observe your thoughts and feelings. By doing this, you're not just reacting impulsively, but consciously making a choice. Next, acceptance. Stoicism teaches us to accept the things we cannot control and focus our energy on the things we can. When making decisions, identify the factors within your control and those that are not. By focusing on what you can control, you reduce unnecessary stress and are more likely to make a balanced decision. Finally, virtue. For Stoics, virtue is the highest good. When faced with a decision, ask yourself, what action aligns with my core values? What decision would the best version of myself make? This reflection can guide you towards virtuous choices that contribute to a meaningful and fulfilling life. But how does this look in practice? Let's say you're feeling overwhelmed at work. Instead of succumbing to stress, take a moment to practice mindfulness. Accept that you cannot control your workload, but you can control how you respond to it. Then, make a decision based on virtue. Perhaps that means speaking up about your workload, or maybe it means finding more efficient ways to manage your tasks. Stoicism is not a quick fix, but a lifelong journey. It's about making small, consistent changes that over time lead to a more tranquil life. Remember, Stoicism isn't about eliminating emotions, but about making informed, virtuous decisions that lead to a life of tranquility. As we navigate the journey of life, every decision we make shapes our path. Today, we've delved deep into the heart of Stoic philosophy and its profound influence on decision-making. We've learned that this ancient wisdom encourages us to focus on what's within our control, accept what's not, and make virtuous decisions rooted in reason and tranquility. We've also discussed practical ways to apply Stoic principles in our daily lives. By consciously choosing to act with virtue, and by accepting the things we cannot change, we can transform the chaos of indecision into clarity and peace. I encourage you to experiment with this Stoic approach. Observe how it impacts your life, your decisions, and ultimately, your happiness. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Stoic wisdom for decision-making. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more insights into philosophy and life. Remember, the path to wisdom lies in the choices we make.